Just start.
That was a mistake.
All right. We ready?
Going live.
I think we're ready.
Not wearing red or yellow.
You're wearing red.
Yeah.
You're Surgeon Pool.
You can you can bleed and no one would notice.
What are you? Your triage pool. I don't know. Your health pool.
Are we live? Health.
Your health pool. I know we can brainstorm
Is there
a better title.
Is there a cesspool?
Your chiropractor pool.
Don't say that. 31. We're late.
Hey man.
We're officially late.
All right.
Hey man. That ghost explained it to him.
Are you streaming?
How to-
Start.
So I don't curse.
All right.
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
I think in the spirit of Deadpool we should.
1. All right, ready? We're ready?
G's for.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Welcome
There we go.
back.
Here.
Yo.
Yo, I'm trying to get.
Yo. He's waiting for Nick to position himself.
That's right. And then the episode can start
We have
formally.
producer Dan and intern Nick.
What did you say?
Producer Dan and intern Nick.
Intern.
Am I a
Nick.
paid intern?
No. Oh,
I'm
you
gonna
get
leave.
paid with food. You get paid with food,
Sometimes.
and then you eat it live.
There we go.
It's like ASMR.
You're like ASMR.
Dang. Dead.
Got me.
Got him.
All right, we ready for this?
Yeah, bro.
Okay. It's interesting how we all fit on the screen now.
I haven't even looked.
There was 3 of us and we didn't fit, and now there's 4 of us and we do fit. I mean, you guys seem pretty crunched up there,
Angles.
to be honest.
Angles.
Kurt Angle?
Perk angle.
Okay, so I think we're ready, or I don't even know if Dan inserts the theme anymore on these episodes. we paid good money for
Should
it.
we still do it?
Should we have clapped before for the audio version? I mean, now people are people are watching, so it's kind of awkward. All right, so like do, right? This is the part where the music plays. Welcome to another episode of Searching for Mcguffin with your host George.
Gabe.
Nick.
And Link.
It's so interesting having Nick in the middle there.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah,
Your leg is really close to my leg, Nicholas.
that's where producer
I've been
Dan.
working out my legs.
Oh.
They can see it too.
Leg
Yeah,
day.
look at
Never skip
this.
leg day.
That's where producer Dan's name used to go, right?
Help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he is trapped in a parallel timeline where he is forced to edit our episodes, even when we decide at the last minute to change what episode is dropping this week.
What is dropping this week?
Well, we had to put aside everything that we had discussed and planned because a very special movie that I guess, I don't know. Did you expect the new Deadpool movie to be as good as I think we all agree it was? Am I bearing the lead here?
Today's episode is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. I think they got that.
That's what that's.
You gotta
okay.
introduce it.
That makes sense.
I just, okay.
Give it a proper introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, like that?
Yeah.
Children of all ages, Marvel Studios proudly presents Deadpool and Wolverine. Or are you got to do individual?
All right, go Link. Your turn.
Okay.
Introduce it.
Today we're talking about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Just turned to Canadian.
Well, that's
Today, eh?
that'd be appropriate.
Yeah.
The
today.
Merc with the mouth, and then what would be like Logan's nickname?
I can't say that out loud.
The Canadian with the bub.
No, what do they call him? The Canucklehead?
What is a Canuck? Is it a bird?
I think it's someone from Canada.
That's what a Canuck
That's
is?
what a Canuck is?
I thought a Canuck was like an animal or
Isn't
something.
that like the
like
puck?
a mascot
Isn't that
or
like
something?
the ball, the hockey ball?
Canuck.
Sounds like it.
The Vancouver Canucks is an ice hockey team, and it means a Canadian, sometimes derogatory in the U.S.
Oh, but not
Oh,
in
it's
Canada.
it's like
It's like their
I
version
can't
of
say
the
that.
Chiefs.
I can't say that out loud.
Wait,
And the Redskins.
so they named their team the Canucks, and then we're not allowed to
We're
call
not
them.
allowed to call them that.
So
what do we call them?
yeah, you're like, oh, the team from Vancouver, the Vancouver hockey team. Is that what?
The Vancouver.
Okay.
All right, let's get right to it. Deadpool. Wow, guys, I was
Oh yeah, that was your question. Do we expect it to be this good?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
I knew it was going to be good. I didn't think it was going to be this good.
We were hyped. I was hyped.
Nick.
I'll be honest, like I had like zero expectations. I haven't really been like following the MCU a lot.
Yeah, hit the table
Yeah,
as
just
much
keep-
as possible.
just
yeah,
keep punching the
just
table.
slam your
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah,
okay.
it's Donkey Kongo right now.
Hey, yo.
It-
The internet is forever.
Hey,
Donkey Kong.
don't,
Don't be
interpret
doing
it
that-
like
don't
that.
be doing
Don't
that, man.
interpret it like that. Okay.
Okay, so-
But yeah, I didn't have any expectations. But I did like the previous Deadpool movies, and I also watched Logan. Also, that's like
Okay.
the only X
What
movie
did, what
I
did you
watched.
like about them?
It was funny, man. Like the Deadpool.
Logan
character-
was funny.
Yeah, Logan was hilarious,
It's
dude.
funnier than Deadpool.
Honestly, it really is. No, but I'm kidding. Yeah, Deadpool was funny. I always liked the character. Ryan Reynolds plays him really well. And Logan, I'll be honest, I don't remember it because like I watched it only once in a theater. years
Spoilers:
ago.
he dies.
I had
Yeah.
a friend that watched the movie and without watching Logan.
Okay.
So and as he's watching this movie, he realizes Wolverine died.
I don't feel bad for your friend. I don't feel bad for your friend in the slightest.
He should be. He should.
I actually had to go back and rewatch Logan because Deadpool 2 actually starts with Logan's death. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, I guess it's required for me to watch Logan.
Which also doesn't make sense to me, but I guess we'll get into that.
That
Yeah.
he dies.
no, the timeline.
That they're in the same. That Deadpool and that Logan are in the same timeline. Because Logan's supposed to be in the future.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's timey, wimey, wavy.
Oh.
Wait, wasn't he in the future already though?
But like,
No, he goes back to 2018 and then goes 5 years later, or whatever, however much time later they say.
it was like 6. I think.
6 years
Yeah.
later.
Do any of you guys have any experience with Deadpool in the comics prior to the films?
I've read.
All I read was that one where he says Ryan Reynolds should play him.
Oh, okay. Just that comic or just that
Just that
one
panel.
Okay.
I read the one where Deadpool. I read the one where.
Amateur.
I know, bro. I haven't done this in a while. I'm sorry. I read the graphic novel where someone brings back the ghosts of all the dead presidents.
Oh yeah.
And Deadpool and the ghost of Benjamin Franklin are contracted by S.H.I.E.L.D. to destroy the zombies. I'm sorry. It's the zombies of the dead presidents. And it's a fantastic graphic novel.
That sounds great.
It's fun.
That sounds like a ridiculous premise, but yes, I have seen that.
It's so good.
I remember. A video
Didn't you
game.
you bought it?
Yeah, I did.
I remember a
You haven't
video
read
game.
it?
Yeah, I've read it.
Oh, okay. I got to reread it because it was so much fun, man.
He had a video game, right?
They had Deadpool. Yeah, he had a video game.
Yeah, I remember
Was
I
that
played
good?
that. I think
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
my.
good.
I
It was
think that
decent.
most of my experience with Deadpool. I mean, I knew of the comics
Mhm.
from like what you guys would say and stuff like that, and in the games.
Bro, I remember the
Okay.
first time I learned about Deadpool. So early in the mornings, Gabriel and I and my sister, we would get dropped off at George's house. And from there, we would go to school together, right? Or George would drop us off at school. And I remember one time I got dropped off, and George had a Deadpool comic book. And Gabriel and I are looking at it, and I'm like, and we didn't know who Deadpool was. All we said was like, why does Spider-Man look weird?
Oh my god!
You remember that, right?
Holy crap!
We're like, what's wrong with Spider-Man?
Why does he have swords?
Yeah, who is?
Yeah,
what
I
is
was.
Deadpool?
Oh my
Yeah.
god! I was. Wow! I don't even remember.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was in middle school. I
That's
think
crazy.
I was in middle school. I was in elementary. We were in elementary.
Nah, you were probably sixth grade. I was
Sixth,
probably.
yeah, it was, but it was so funny because we had no idea what this was, and then you came in the room and like what happened to Spider-Man, and then you explained that oh no, there's a whole other character's name.
Which
is
it could
Deadpool.
completely be a different, like an alternate Spider-Man outfit,
Yeah,
like compared to all the ones that he has.
Yeah.
But
He has like 350. Yeah. But I loved this character growing up, and I think I've talked about how I would try to collect every appearance of, especially back then, it became impossible once he blew up and
Yeah.
he gets to like the president and Merc with a mouth with Headpool,
Yeah.
which we'll talk about a little bit. But back then, characters were very finite. So he had a 4-issue limited series, Deadpool, another 4-issue limited series. I don't remember which one comes first, the Circle Chase or just Deadpool proper. And then he got 69 issues rather. Right?
Nice.
like on purpose, like the number 69.
I don't know if it was on purpose.
that was on purpose.
It feels like it was on purpose, right?
Yeah.
And I collected all 69 of those issues. And then the series got rebooted into what is one of my favorite all-time comics, which is about 25 issues of Cable or Deadpool and Cable. No, it's Cable Deadpool, because then later there's a Deadpool and Cable, which I also have. But that's, again, he had like 15 titles by that point. But Cable Deadpool is like, it's drawn by Udon, which does like the Street Fighter anime.
Like
Huge dong?
No,
Like noodles?
yeah, like the noodles, right? The
Udon?
company. Udon, yeah.
Oh, that's his name?
Udonis?
No, that's the name of the company because it's actually not an individual artist.
Oh,
They
okay.
do
Oh,
like
I thought the guy's name was Udon.
I thought it was, I thought you, yeah.
yeah, no, it's they do the Street Fighter artwork and they draw like they digitally draw this book and that was like kind of a big deal. It was new
Back
at
then.
that time, yeah. And just the art is beautiful. I know. It's just those two characters, Cable and Deadpool, were awesome. So for it to be adapted to a film, I didn't think it was something possible
Yeah.
at the time.
Do you still have those Deadpool and,
well,
Cable comic books?
Actually, my brother has them in a box, and I saw them in the corner of his room the other day.
And you're not mad at him for having them in a box?
No, because I gave up my comic book, like my long box collection. I had 16 long boxes of comic books, and I didn't have anywhere to put them. So I digitized most of it.
Delicious.
So I have access to those stories. I know that's kind of makes me the opposite of
No?
what's the word I'm looking for? A purist, right?
Yeah.
It makes me kind of a filthy casual, but I didn't have space for it.
No, makes sense.
Yeah,
Going
and
digital
A
makes sense.
filthy casual even knows what a long box is.
yeah, that's what I was gonna sell my collection, and then my brother intervened, and he was like, "There's no way you can't just get rid of these things. Give them to me. I'll take care of them. I'll put them in my closet. I'll let the water
I'll let
heater
get
break.
mold.
Yeah, and I'll let it drip all over the long boxes. So.
I'll take them off your hands for no money in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then sell them.
No, he just has them.
No,
there.
he won't sell them. He'll just
Hey,
leave
so
them
you're
there
not
to
mad
rot.
at him for having them get moldy there?
No, I knew that I was risking my collection giving it to him, but I did feel like,
I mean,
listen,
at the end of the day, he was going to give them away.
yeah. Well, I was gonna sell them. I was gonna try to find someone to sell it, but
then
it's so
that's-
much work.
That's
Yeah.
worse.
No, because at the end of the day, I don't do this for the money. I don't collect figures or comic books or any of these things to think I'm gonna like cash it in for. Like I have it as long as I enjoy it, and as long as I don't enjoy it anymore, I'd rather give it to somebody else, like I did with like my wrestling figure collection, or if someone
day of
else
my life.
is gonna value it and appreciate it, a video game, a movie, a figure, I'd rather pay it forward than just because money comes and goes. But
Remember when you got mad at me
for
ruining your Deadpool and Cable comic books?
no, I don't.
Remember?
You want to share?
You
that?
lent them to me, and I kept them in my locker for like a good year. and
That's
then I was
different.
cleaning up my locker, and I'm like, "Oh man, George loved these, and now they're like messed up."
I don't even remember that.
So I gave them to you, and you got mad at me.
That's different.
And that's what I was
'cause you give
asking.
'em back.
Wait. You're not mad at him, but you got mad at
Well,
me.
because you gave
I-
them with the intention of never getting them
Yeah,
back.
yeah. I gave it to him. They're now his
His,
to do
yeah.
what he. Yeah, you borrowed my books and then you just trashed them.
Like they
I'm
were
mad
nothing.
now.
Dude, I did the same
Just
thing
can't-
he's
let's-
doing.
Let's just scrap this episode. I think you guys should fight.
All right. So, going back to the movies now. Deadpool 1 and 2. You guys like Deadpool 1 and 2?
Love
Yeah, it
Deadpool
was
1 and
great.
2.
Yeah, yeah. I think 1 is the strongest.
Yeah.
Right? 2 is good. They introduce a lot of new stuff. It's pretty good. But Deadpool and Wolverine, I think, is on another level.
Yes.
I think it reaches the heights of Wolverine Origins.
Wow.
The official title of that movie is X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Really?
Yeah.
But does it reach the heights of the version that came out, like the leaked
I don't think
version?
anything will top that, to be honest.
The leaked version.
Oh no, it's the work print version.
Go ahead. Tell them about that one.
Well, I've seen a lot of chatter of this online because apparently we're not the only ones that had this experience. Obviously, it leaked and a bunch of people, but
When the time it came out.
yeah, a lot of people had fond memories months before
they released.
X-Men Origins Wolverine released in theaters. A work print had leaked online, and they were bootleg copies on DVD. I think we got ours on DVD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bootleg DVDs were everywhere, and you could download it online for those of you that did those unsavory things. But we watched this version that did not have the special effects done. And do you remember any particular moments like scream out to you?
The explosions were just fireworks and like there was no sound really behind them.
Yeah.
And then what was the other? Oh,
You
the
could see-
claws. The claws.
The claws,
was a major thing.
He would go like that, and there would be no claws, or they would be like
They
prop
plastic, yeah, they'd
claws.
be like
Yeah.
plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember blue screen, stunt rigs.
Green screen.
Yeah, like they would be he would go flying and he would be on a
That was the
what would you
first.
say that? What would you call that?
Like
A
a
harness?
rig? Like a rig?
Yeah, like a rig.
That was the first time I had ever
Behind the scenes.
saw behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of something. I don't know why. I don't know how I thought movies were made back then, or all the. Like,
Well, because we didn't have all these special features and behind the scenes and stuff like that. In fact, around that time with the rise of DVDs, we started to get like I was really into the special features that would go because
Yeah.
it was like getting a master class, so to speak, like opening the curtain behind a world that we
didn't
weren't
know.
yeah, we didn't know how they made these things.
And like you really get to see how interesting it is to see actors act with like no effects or like they don't see what we see, what's on the screen. They're really just
They really use their imagination.
Yeah. It's true because even in a behind the scenes, someone's talking over it and they produced how they're presenting it to you, but this is literally like it was like standing on set and watching them like just act ridiculous.
It's just, like they like over the top or they look like it's just like you do it normally, like you think like, oh, this looks so stupid, this looks like you're making a fool of yourself, and then you watch it in theaters. Like, not to say it's a it's a good movie, but it's like that looks completely different from what happened in real life.
I actually
reality.
prefer the work print version.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do as well.
I would like to get my hands on it again.
I think Deadpool and Wolverine is just below that a little bit.
Oh, under Wolverine Origins?
Yeah, for sure.
So-
but that version, not the
Just the work print.
Yeah.
So going back to Deadpool and Wolverine, one thing about the Deadpool series that I think I might hold against it is that it kind of makes Wolverine Origins mandatory viewing. There's a lot of the jokes are based on Deadpool's appearance in Wolverine Origins, and I don't think I'm gonna give in to this impulse.
If we find the work print, we'll watch it.
Okay, I'm down. I don't want to rewatch Wolverine Origins, but anyways, so getting on the topic of Deadpool and Wolverine, what were your thoughts?
It's fantastic, lads.
It was
I mean,
very fun.
From the jump, I think the intro scene where it's talking about like
the bye.
the
Bye,
bye.
bye.
Oh,
Like,
spoilers, by the way.
Spoilers.
Yeah,
if you
we'll-
haven't watched this movie, what are you
Spoilers.
doing with your life?
Go watch.
Maybe- You have
Producer
a life.
Dan,
Yeah, producer Dan, cover up your ears
cover up
now.
your ears as you edit this video on Deadpool.
Yeah,
Hopefully you're not still moving.
I don't think the audience has context for what that means.
But
Like he's
okay.
not still moving, he's dead.
That's okay.
He died.
Okay. So the intro, full spoilers. Bye.
Bye,
The
bye.
desecration of Logan.
It was
Which is beautiful.
It was beautiful.
it was.
The effects. I think. I mean, this is really the first time we see this in the MCU.
Yeah.
I think the level of gratuitous violence
Yeah.
and just gore and blood, and I think I made a comment to you when we were watching it. About like the effects of like the blood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Jumping out. Like I don't know if it's like. I don't know. It didn't look great to me. I guess.
Really?
Yeah. Do you even remember that I made that comment that I was like
maybe I
it's, like,
misunderstood
over
your
the top?
comment at the. Oh, you said over the top. Yeah, but I didn't take that as a negative. But you meant that like
not over the top is like there's so much. I meant like in the fact that it's like the way that it looks.
like
I think.
fake, like it looks.
Yeah.
I think that's on purpose so that it's not.
That was my comment. Like
Yeah.
you think this is on purpose.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to like.
Look at what we used to do and like our limitations and like we're just gonna abuse.
Yeah, I think it was also to dull the senses in the sense like we're not gonna make this look realistic because then it gets serious. Like it's about murder, but the more jokey and the more fakey it looks, then it's like you're gonna be like this is a cartoon. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't know, Logan, for example.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this movie during that scene, the opening credit scenes, kind of like going away from what they've done in the past two movies, where it's like they mock that whole process, the opening credit scenes. They didn't do that in this movie. They actually had like the opening
the
credit.
greatest opening credit scene. Like all jokes aside, it could have not worked, but only Ryan Reynolds in a Deadpool suit could have pulled off the dance sequence that is at the center of it. I think.
I know he didn't dance there.
It wasn't-
right?
Yeah,
it wasn't him.
It was someone else.
Well, I mean, no, but I mean,
Oh.
in our mind, yeah, it's
Yeah.
obvious, yeah. But in our mind, it's the Ryan Reynolds
Nah,
Deadpool.
in George's head right now, he's
He's
like he's so
like, he's
disappointed.
like,
He's
what?
like
He's
it's
not
just
that
like
good of a
gray-
dancer?
It's like a gray screen. He's just like defeat.
So who was in the suit? Was it Justin Timberlake?
Not just a
Was it-
dancer.
Was
No,
it
it
J.C.
was- I forgot his
Chavez?
name, but-
Was it Chris Kirkpatrick? Was it Lance Bass?
They're gonna be in the fourth.
Why do I know all the members of NSYNC?
Who doesn't?
Oh, okay.
It was Fat Joey.
yeah, it was me.
No, Nicholas doesn't know all the members of.
No, it was me.
NSYNC.
No,
They
I
probably
was the
bro-
one
They probably
dancing.
broke up before you were born.
Bro, I listened to their songs. Okay, but like, do you know that they changed the song?
Weird flex.
Now it's called Bye 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 from Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh.
On Spotify and on YouTube, the music video.
Like no matter what version.
Yeah.
Like even
it's-
if you go to the NSYNC
I
album,
think they just dropped it.
Oh yeah, look. No, it's like we go in sync.
you're not allowed to play it just in case.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we
'cause
get
we'll
we
get-
get nuked.
I don't
Yeah.
want Joey Fatone. Is that his name, or is that the guy from
Oh,
NSYNC?
it's
Yeah, you're right. The number one song is "Bye Bye Bye"
Yeah.
from Cable Deadpool.
yeah. We go
No,
to the
no, no,
album.
go to the
the
album.
No strings
it's
attached.
The album.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No strings attached by NSYNC. "Bye Bye Bye" from Deadpool Wolverine.
And if you go on YouTube, I think the music videos changed too.
Check that out. If
Hey,
you have,
guys,
if you have
it's from-
Spotify, check it out.
And if you have
see,
Spotify,
but at the end of the day, like this is something that I think that we all love about this
Deadpool.
character,
Yeah.
the ability, the power that this character has to just transcend
yeah,
The meta-ness.
every wall.
yeah,
You know?
and that's what's great because it's a character that it translates to film beautifully because he does that in the comic books, and to transpose that into this
It's
medium,
even better.
Like,
yeah, I think it is even better.
because I mean, going on into the film, like he gets recruited by the TVA to basically end his
Timeline.
timeline faster, right?
Yeah,
But in the sense of like where he starts talking about like he's Marvel Jesus, he's talking about Marvel like
Trying to
in a
save
meta
Marvel.
way.
Yeah.
The way that Deadpool works and the way that like how they use the TVA, to me I'm just like, this could totally work. This could totally, like, it's not, to me it wasn't outlandish. It wasn't out there. It wasn't out there.
you had set the table for it already.
Exactly.
That can actually be a series.
Like what?
Just Deadpool working for the TVA, going to different timelines and destroying them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tried that with Legends of
Le-
Tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah.
DC Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't make it past season 1. I don't think.
Did you guys see that clip I sent you?
The
About
Obama?
Obama?
Yeah, I thought that was fake, and I had to fact check it so much, and I still couldn't believe that they actually Gorilla Grodd tried to kill Obama in
Yeah.
DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
But going back to Deadpool, I forgot. Okay, so
The
they
meta.
Oh, you mentioned the TVA. I remember. One criticism I think I have of this movie that I don't care about at all, but that I see could be a barrier of entry for a casual film viewer is I feel like you have to know a lot about what's been going on in the Marvel universe.
Filthy
Yeah.
casual.
Like,
Like you have to watch Loki.
Yeah, you have to
season
watch
1
Loki.
and 2.
and he does a nice little thing where he mentions like when what's the name of the big monster?
Goliath.
When Goliath shows up and he's like, "Oh, from season 1, episode 5."
Yeah.
You know, so kind of wink, wink. Even if you don't know, like that, go over there. You know, and now you know that you don't know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that helps. But yeah, there's so much going on in this movie. It's really rewarding for people like us that watch everything. But I feel like it could be overbearing for those that don't.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick, how did you feel? You don't watch everything.
Bro, when they showed like the cameos of who was it? It was
Oh, we're going right into the cameras,
No,
okay?
talk about it.
yeah, when I talk about it. Okay, just those cameos. Everyone was cheering, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, because he's too young.
guys, who? And I've never watched any
Okay,
of those.
we're gonna talk about the cameos right now. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Go ahead. Who do you know now? Have you gotten an education since the
Yeah,
film?
I know everyone now.
Oh, okay.
You know Hugh Jackman as Wolverine?
And he
know,
died in
that-
Logan.
You know he died in
that was
Logan,
the
right?
one you know, Logan was like the only one I watched of all the X-Men.
You should go
I
back and
just
watch.
watched Logan.
You should go back and watch X-Men.
That's okay. You saw the end credits.
No, I'm
It was
sorry,
good.
The Wolverine, because I think that movie's
That
good.
movie's good.
I
The
think-
director's cut or
Yeah,
whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's called the Unleashed Unrated.
Whoa.
So yeah, lots more blood and curse
How
words.
edgy.
Anyways, so the cameos. Who's the first guy that stepped? First we see Electro, right?
No, first you see
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but that one's not a reference to anything,
How
right?
do you guys feel about Henry Cavill being Wolverine?
I want it.
I kind of want it.
You really?
Yeah.
I kind of want a smaller Wolverine. Is that bad?
Yeah.
Unless you're
We
getting
saw-
Danny
we
DeVito,
saw-
it
we
makes
saw-
no sense.
We saw the smaller Wolverine.
It's not supposed.
We saw it.
you know he's not. That was too small, right? That was
That was
not
too small,
comic
yeah.
accurate.
Unless it's gonna be Danny DeVito, I don't want.
Danny DeVito's too short, my man.
Nah, I want
He's
him to
what,
be
4'10"?
Who do you think? Who do you have in mind when you think this?
Yeah, I don't think it's someone that we know.
Someone
I think
that's
it's
like,
finding
what,
the
like
right guy.
5'7",
Daniel
5'8",
Radcliffe.
He could
5'6".
be someone.
How
yeah,
tall is he?
He's supposed to be 5'3", but I think
You're
that's.
telling me that thing wasn't 5'3" in the movie?
I don't know. I think that
That's taller than Danny DeVito.
they looked at it. Well, yeah, but that's 5'3" is like 6 inches taller than Danny DeVito almost.
Danny DeVito's like 4'11".
He's 4'10".
I thought he was like an inch
Hold on.
below.
Bro,
No, I
she's-
think you have to be
let's
below
search this
4'10", and
up.
he is 4'10".
Bro, just give him some platforms, bro.
I think Danny DeVito should be Puck. But
He's
anyways.
4'10".
Yeah, thank you.
That's crazy.
So,
You should pick
he
up-
doesn't have to be 5'3", but he just doesn't have to be like 6'2".
Throw
What
in
is
the
Hugh
Puck.
Jackman, like 6'2"?
Yeah, Henry Cavill's like 6'1".
I think
Yeah.
So
Henry
that's an
Cavill.
improvement.
I think
He's
Henry.
smaller.
Yeah, he's shorter. There you go. You got your short.
I mean, he's huge, and he looks good.
That got me. Did
Someone-
you notice something? Did you think it was gonna be somebody else?
I'm going to be honest with you.
He
I've
kinda
heard
knew.
about this. Yeah.
Henry
Dang.
Cavill.
Like for months. Yeah.
Dang.
That sucks.
You
Yeah.
got that spoiled, bro.
Yeah. I thought there was going to be a series of different actors. I thought Patch was going to be Daniel Radcliffe.
I thought Daniel Radcliffe was gonna be in this movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a rumor that?
Yeah,
he
there was a rumor, and that was
Maybe he
part of
didn't
that
make it.
group of rumors.
He got cut out.
Maybe got cut out.
Maybe, yeah. Because the what's the word? Speculation was that he would have been Patch, because if you notice in the trailer, they only show him from the back. He's dealing the cards.
Yeah.
You know, at the
But
casino.
you didn't even see that guy.
Yeah, he did. He turns around. It was
Yeah.
Hugh
Oh,
Jackman,
Hugh Jackman.
and he
Stabs
stabs Deadpool in the
yeah,
head.
yeah.
Okay.
Someone online said that Timothy Chalamet should play a young Wolverine.
I guess I'm open to that.
Nah, bro, he's got to play. He's got to play Nightwing
I mean, it's Timmy, but
Oh, he could. No, he should play Tim Drake.
or Tim Drake.
Yeah.
That's right. He should play Tim Drake, and Adam Driver should play Nightwing.
You don't think it should be Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Are we? No, bro. We're done with that universe.
Okay,
But
that's-
I would love that.
no,
I would
everything's
really-
open now.
I would
But
really
we,
love
yeah,
Multiverse, baby.
we can just recast the same people over and over. Yeah,
Yeah. Apparently, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Before that, what was the point we were making?
Wolverine, Henry Cavill, you knew.
Oh, all the other Wolverines. Okay, so that's not like cameos, but I actually did like Hugh Jackman as a bunch of different Wolverines.
Wolverines, yeah.
Maybe even more than the joke of getting a bunch of different actors, because we got Age of Apocalypse, Wolverine, and now I was like, I want a movie of Age of Apocalypse. We got him.
But
it's
you
not,
can't.
It's not crucified. It's exified, I guess, which is like something that Elon Musk
Nailed
does
to
to
an
you
X.
on social media.
It's crossed.
No.
So he by the Reavers in the comic books, that's where that origin is. But that iconic comic book cover.
Yeah.
So I thought those were the comic book illusions were really cool.
The one where he fights Hulk.
The one where he
Oh, yeah, I
fights
forgot
Hulk.
the
That's
Hulk was in
another.
it as
Yeah,
well,
his
yeah.
first appearance.
Honestly, they did that, and I was like, I kind of want to watch this real
Yeah?
quick, just for like 5 minutes.
Well, that's what I felt about all of them. I was like, I want to stay in Age of Apocalypse. I want
Yeah.
to see what happens here.
Mm.
Yeah. So that was effective. Very effective.
But after that, the next cameo was Chris Evans
That's
Oh.
right.
Johnny.
as Johnny.
That got me.
Did they
That
get
got
you?
us. That got me, bro. That
They-
got us. That got us. We looked at each other.
You guys were laughing.
No, because
dude.
I was like, oh, it's Cap, because they had like
Yeah.
The red.
They played us. They had the red, and I was like, oh, it's Cap. They got Cap. He came back, and then he jumps and they
Like-
play the music, and he's like, oh, he's gonna say it, and they like,
Flame on.
they got
Flame
me.
on.
And I'm like, and then Deadpool's about to say assemble,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
Avengers assemble, and then he goes flame, and me and Link were just like,
That's when my mind was blown.
I freaked out.
Yeah.
I freaked.
I'm like,
Did you
oh.
know?
I saw this one coming.
They were freaking.
Because-
out.
I freaked out.
It was
so
rumored,
funny.
It was rumored that he would be in. I don't remember if it was for
I do
Multiverse
not-
of
I
Madness
do
or for
not
this
wanna
movie.
be
Multiverse
you.
of Madness.
Yeah, no, 'cause-
I'm glad I stopped that.
Yeah,
way
I
of
don't
life
wanna ruin stuff.
because
No,
I
no,
didn't,
no.
I didn't know anything.
But
Yeah,
it wasn't.
it's
It wasn't for this movie. It was for Multiverse of Madness. So when I saw him, I was like,
Oh, I
he's
mean-
not gonna be Cap.
No, I mean I've been hearing that he was. I didn't make that connection. I was
didn't
just like, oh, we're here. Like I guess I forgot about it, or like I knew that was a rumor that people wanted him to return as Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
But as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, it's Cap.
So
I think
this
with the hair too.
this is why I think this movie works, is because it knows its audience
Mm.
right from the beginning, where it's like, oh, how do we do this without desecrating the memory of Logan? We don't, and then messes with it. He knows that this is what's at stake, so they circumvent it by going against expectations. And here, at that moment when he comes, I was like, no. When he comes out,
Flamio Hotman.
when Cap comes out, right, and Chris Evans is there, I'm like, oh no, are they gonna mess us up as Cap in this movie? And I was like, wait a minute, no, they know better. And the Flame On fixed it for me, at least. So
It
You
was
think
great.
they would know better,
It
right?
was great.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I think that's the whole movie.
yeah,
And even like him like Deadpool talking about the state of the Marvel universe as it is right now. And he tells Wolverine
I
that
think
he
we
comes
need
into this universe.
I
it's
think we
just
need
like,
more commentary on now from
As-
Deadpool.
What do you mean?
about the state of the Marvel universe
Oh,
now.
he should just do like he should have a podcast.
Yeah, he should.
Also, we were mentioned in this film.
That's right. The word McGuffin. We're
Oh.
part of the MCU.
Oh, that's right. You guys popped for that?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
we're in it. I mean, we dapped each other up. We're like, we're in it. We're in the MCU,
There you
baby.
go. Officially.
That's right.
Apparently anybody can get in now. So
It's
but
okay.
Hopefully, we're a cameo in the next movie.
hopefully we get another part later too.
The searching part.
The Four, the Fantastic Four.
They're gonna change. Actually, that'll be the sequel to.
Actually,
Yeah.
Dan's got to work on that logo.
Oh.
He's got what, like a year?
Yeah.
Get that searching
Next-
Fantastic Four logo.
Nah, that's what they're gonna change the second Avengers movie name to after they change it again.
Searching for McGuffin.
So, as a newer fan, Nick, did you get the Human Torch reference or?
I actually watched like Fantastic Four with Chris Evans as Human Torch like a lot as a kid, but I didn't really remember like Chris
Really?
Evans being because I was always young. I didn't really know like
Yeah.
Yeah,
any
so-
celebrities. Like I wouldn't recognize. Yeah.
So you
Why?
didn't
Because you
really-
had those DVDs at home, right?
I don't think it was a DVD. It's just like on TV. They're always giving it.
I
always
remember you had
watched
a
it.
set. You had a DVD set.
I had
for
a
those.
set. I don't know if it was Fantastic Four.
No,
Maybe.
yeah, George. I remember
Yeah.
George had a set,
Oh.
and then whatever
George
was
had
George's
everything.
was ours.
Oh, yeah, it was probably yours.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
kept watching.
So you beat Link to watching this movie. Actually.
Yeah, I've never seen a Fantastic Four movie.
Can you
Any
believe
of
this?
them?
Yeah.
Any of them.
Not the Roger Corman
Why'd you freak out
1991.
then?
Because I knew about these people. I'm like, oh, I've never watched them.
Okay, because
I take
Link's
my dad back.
Link's never seen the Fantastic Four movies, but he knew the controversy of casting Chris Evans as Captain
Yeah.
America at the time when
Right.
the Avengers started.
I went back the other day. Not the other day. This was like maybe 3 months ago, and I just randomly watched Fantastic Four,
That is random.
and
Actually, so,
I missed it. It was nostalgic.
I
I
watched-
watched it. I'm like,
I watched
man,
the first one. I
I
watched
used
the
to
first
watch
one.
this movie so much as a kid because the Fox movies, for what they were, that's what we had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, those are the superhero movies that we had.
and that's a theme here, I think, throughout the film.
And that's something that I think that we'll get to around later. I mean, we can keep talking about the cameos, but I do love that it does pay tribute to
It's a love letter. The Fox.
all that.
We
to that
thought
work.
it was gonna take a dump on them. At least I did going in, right?
In a way, it does.
And in a way, it does. Like he says it at the
And
beginning.
in a way, it takes a dump, like the way he takes a dump on Marvel on itself. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't respect anything, but wow, it respects, I think, the Fox universe in a way that I don't think we respect the Fox universe.
I mean, that's what the movie was really, about. Is he's talking about saving his family, and it's like I feel like
He's part of that family.
the Fox is the family.
Yeah.
He's the only one. Him and Wolverine are the only ones that came out of that family alive.
No, they made it.
Yeah.
We got a couple of people towards the end, but
They live.
we'll talk about it.
In the sense that they're the only ones that.
Are gonna move forward.
Oh, they're the
Yeah.
only main
Main
characters,
characters,
I
yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and you know.
No, we know of. It's okay. We're down for casting other people over and over and over.
Yeah.
Again, remember? So, but we'll get to that.
The other so Elektra,
The others, right? That's the only way that team is referred to, right? The others.
the Resistance, the
Excellent.
Rebellion, whatever.
They say that the Resistance, Rebellion. I don't think-
There's a Resistance or
The
something
Fox.
on the borderlands or whatever.
The Fox gang.
I think he said.
I say things that I remember and they didn't happen. So
You know, they're not the. Yeah, we'll
I'm
talk
not,
about that.
I'm not
towards
reliable
the
at
end.
all.
The Fox gang.
They're not all Fox though.
What do you
Blade
mean? Blade
is
isn't Fox.
New Line Cinema made the Blade films.
Interesting.
Yeah, and Gambit technically never happened, so
But that was Fox.
it would have been a
Fox,
Fox
yeah.
film. Yeah. So
X-Men.
the first one that walks in is Elektra, right?
Mhm.
Well, actually, before even then, and I hate to keep delaying it, but all the little characters that work for the main villain, Cassandra Nova.
Oh yeah, yeah. You get Juggernaut.
Yeah, it's a new guy's Juggernaut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get Juggernaut. You get
They're
Nightcrawler's
not gonna
dad.
make Vinny Jones.
Yeah, but I feel like they needed Juggernaut because of the plot point, right? For the helmet.
Well, they made him look
Yeah.
like the Fox
Yeah.
Juggernaut,
Yeah.
which I think is the same one, just different actor.
Yeah, I didn't catch this one because I didn't make the connection because obviously they didn't get Kevin Nash, the Super Shredder, Diesel, Big Daddy Cool, to
He was there.
no, the Russian, the red and white sailor shirt. That's supposed to be the Russian. They just
Yeah.
got some other big dude.
As soon as I
didn't-
saw it, I'm like, oh, it's the guy from Punisher.
Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna make that connection because like that's a Lionsgate film, but there he was, the guy from Punisher. And then a couple Azazel, right? That's
Azazel.
Azazel?
Pyro.
that's Nightcrawler's father.
Yeah.
Or at least it's supposed to be. I don't know if he was in the Fox movies. Who knows? Nobody was paying attention.
Well, I mean, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, because they end First Class. Him and Mystique go off together, but then they never do anything like on camera. Nightcrawler just shows up later. But that was cool. Okay, you don't have to. double entendre everything I say.
What?
He raises his eyebrows every time I make.
Come on.
Forgot this is a kid family friendly show. I'm sorry.
Going right into the others, the resistance. Okay.
Blade.
Electra.
Oh, Electra.
Electra walks in first,
There
right?
was also
Electra looks good, man. Divorcing
the-
Ben Affleck really does something.
the little
It's been a
nods.
while.
The little nods to the divorces in this film
That was
as well.
beautiful. Anything to you know.
Okay, the Ben Affleck one was funny, but the Hugh Jackman letting himself go after the divorce comment was savage.
I mean, if he's
I
okay
that
with
was
it,
funny.
if he's
and
okay
then at
with
the
it,
end of the day,
it got us. It got
he
us.
got-
with
he was ripped.
Wolverine, yeah.
I don't know if we talked about this on the air, but like, I think we only got this movie because he got separated. Do you know about that?
no.
Maybe
I've
So
never
His
heard you
wife
say
doesn't
that.
want him to be
yeah, his wife didn't want him to be Wolverine anymore.
because he was too fit.
Yeah, because it says that he was. Her complaint was that he was a nightmare to be around because he was always hungry and in a bad mood because he has like no carbs.
He's hangry.
Yeah, so he's just hangry all the time whenever he's Wolverine. So, but now
He
that's not a
looks like
problem.
he looks like he's in a great mood.
To us.
So he promised her not to do Wolverine, but I guess he doesn't have to keep that one anymore.
Never mind.
So, how did you feel when Elektra first came in, Nick?
Who?
Exactly.
Why are we clapping?
What about you guys?
I didn't expect it.
I
thought it was gonna be
I-
X-Men.
No,
I did not
that
expect-
that one. That was one of the ones that I heard that.
Oh, you
like
did.
her and Pyro, and then as
Azazel.
Azazel. Yeah.
was in the trailer. But I read Jennifer Garner was coming back.
I read that she was gonna get like a actual part in the movie, and that I didn't believe that rumor. I was like, that doesn't make sense.
I liked. I mean, the movie's not good, but for some reason, I had a weird attachment to that movie.
Electra?
Electra, yeah.
No, I really don't like the movie
I
Electra.
had a weird attachment.
There's an
to that
electric movie?
Yeah.
An electric movie?
Electra movie?
Yeah, and there's a director's cut that's
Because
3 minutes long.
I remember I was so sad. I was so sad when she dies.
It's more credits.
I remember when I was so
No,
sad
Ben Affleck shows up at the end.
when she was dead and when she dies in Daredevil.
Yeah, so see, I do love, and I know this is a horrible take because the movie is bad, but I love the Daredevil movie because it's the only one we had.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
So I like Affleck and Elektra as Daredevil, and it was the also the butt of so many jokes, like for years after that movie, that and the Punisher movie. Those are the only movies I had, man.
So I liked both of those movies.
They should have
They're
played.
not good, but I liked both those movies.
No,
as a
I never
kid.
saw Elektra more than once.
They
to be
should have
honest.
played
And-
Evanescence when she was coming out.
That would have been good.
They should have.
That movie catapulted Evanescence.
That's they really did.
Yeah.
Freaking love that song.
So yeah, I mean, I was happy to see her back, and I
To
wasn't
see her
really
back?
Sure, I wasn't really sure
As
what she was
Elektra.
gonna
Did you
do.
got a shot of her back?
I think we
I
did.
don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Then the second guy
Raise your
came.
eyebrows. Raise your eyebrows.
Then the second guy
I
that
can't
came
say
in.
it.
The second guy
If
that
I
came
speak,
in. I'm trying to move on. Blade.
Blade.
One of the best parts of the movie for me, to be honest.
Nick, what did you think?
Who? I feel bad not knowing any of them.
That's racist of you.
That's okay. There's only gonna ever be one Blade.
Yeah.
So what made Blade's inclusion in this film so good?
They
Bro, that one joke.
that one,
that
yeah.
joke is like
But
the
they hated each other.
Yeah.
They didn't like each other.
By they, you mean
Ryan
Ryan
Reynolds
Reynolds
and Wesley Snipes.
Ryan
he
Reynolds,
was-
who played Hannibal King
Because he was in Blade
from
3
Blade Trinity. Yeah. One
One
of the worst movies I've ever seen.
with Triple H.
which
That's right,
man,
Triple H is in that.
that would have
movie.
been cool to
Have
get
Triple
that
H?
character, to have Hannibal King in.
That would've
in the
been cool.
void.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
I mean, I just thought it was, I mean, Blade's so cool, man. Wesley Snipes' Blade is iconic.
Yeah. And I didn't expect this at all because I hadn't heard anything. I don't know if you guys had heard anything.
No,
I don't know.
No, we actually talked about the fact that, like there was a rumor that Wesley Snipes could be returning, and then I remember we talked about it. Oh, that's when I said they don't like each other.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's probably unlikely. Like, I remember I said it. I was like, I don't think they'll get him back. I don't think he'd do it.
Yeah, there's that and the push for rebooting Blade that
Yeah.
I was like,
Why
they're
would
not
you
going to
bring him back?
remind
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
of the Wesley Snipes Blade,
No,
right?
but they committed.
Yeah, and in Blade Trinity, I don't know if you know this, Wesley Snipes was so hard to work with that most of the movie is just his stunt person. And some people say they should have paid like half his salary to the stunt person because in the movie more than Wesley Snipes. There's a scene in the morgue where he's supposed to open his eyes, and Wesley Snipes refused to do it, so they have to CGI his eyes open.
That's insane.
Yeah, and it looks awful. And then since he wasn't on set, sometimes Ryan Reynolds would change the lines to like ridiculous things, knowing that Wesley Snipes would have to come and record inserts to respond to those things that Ryan Reynolds was
So
saying.
they didn't like each other.
Yeah. So.
But this isn't the first time we see Blade.
Meaning?
After the movies.
You mean the Spike TV series starring Sticky Fingers?
No.
House of Cthulhu?
No. I'm talking about Wesley Snipes. That's Blade.
Oh, what do you mean?
We see him in the show What We Do in the Shadows when they have the Vampire Council. Blade's in it. Wesley Snipes.
What?
That is true. Yeah.
Wesley Snipes as Blade is
Yeah.
in that
Oh,
show.
he's part of the Vampire Council. You don't know if it's Blade.
Yeah, you don't know if it's Blade.
But
Looks
it's
like Blade.
insinuated. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so-
him. It's him.
Yeah,
Looking
so
like Blade.
they call a vampire counselor, and it's basically like any actor who played a prominent role as a vampire in media.
I need to watch this.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, one of the best parts for me, like he's so badass.
Explain the joke.
And that joke was
the joke.
hilarious,
What you told me
man.
about the joke this morning, George,
Which one?
about the Blade stating that there would never be another Blade.
Okay, so they must have filmed that, right, a while ago. And I think it's my suspicion, and the suspicion of
You
others.
think it was a while ago?
I think it was when they initially shot the film, and I think it's kind of a him marking his territory comment. And I feel like the insert of Deadpool looking at the camera and kind of validating the comment, I feel like that's in post-production. I feel because they went back and did reshoots and stuff, and unless the whole Blade thing was a reshoot, which I don't see how it could be because there's just so much of it.
Yeah.
I think they went back and kind of, what's the word? Like elevated the
Yeah,
joke.
the joke, yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the best jokes.
That was the best joke
Yeah.
for me.
Because I don't know if we're gonna get a new Blade, man. I'm starting to have serious
There's
doubts.
only gonna ever be one Blade.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know if you know what we're talking about, Nick, about all the turmoil in regards to the script for the upcoming Blade film that Marvel's supposed to be making.
Next year.
I mean, I just know it was like announced a while ago, and there's
Yeah.
basically like nothing, right?
Yeah, they haven't even.
The director keeps leaving.
The director keeps leaving,
Directors.
and so allegedly Mahershala
Mahershala
Ali
Ali
keeps rejecting scripts. Have we talked about that? Like one of the main
I
reasons.
think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, because supposedly, well, that's one of the reasons Blade or Wesley Snipes was upset during Blade Trinity because they were using that film to catapult Hannibal King and Whistler, the daughter, played by Jessica Biel, to have their own movies. And that's kind of like what the new Marvel script is doing with this group.
Who would have watched that?
I have no idea.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Yeah,
The movies are Blade. I'm not gonna watch another like.
First of all, these people are not even like A-listers.
yeah,
Or
because
B-listers. Or
yeah.
C-listers.
yeah, they were like fresh off, like, oh, we're gonna try to make a movie stars at that point, and that's why it was called Trinity because they were supposed to be equal, like Hannibal King and Whistler were supposed to be equals to Blade.
Okay.
So, okay, so
Remy LeBeau.
What was bro saying for like 90% of the movie?
How do you feel about Channing Tatum, Nicholas?
I mean, I love Channing
the
Tatum.
Gambit.
that's got to be a joke that maybe 90% of the audience is
The
gonna
Gambit.
get, is not gonna get, right?
The Gambit.
The Gambit.
Yeah, I had to look it up, like all the lore and the backstory of why Channing Tatum's Gambit.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I wonder if our sister my sister knows.
I don't want to tell her because we're gonna go watch it on.
Yeah.
And I know she's a big Channing Tatum fan.
I
so
hope
I'm
she
kinda-
didn't get it spoiled, but it's
Yeah,
really
okay.
hard.
I hope
The
she's
Gambit.
not watching right now because I
Nah,
did
she's
promote
probably
it.
seen that. She's probably seen that somewhere.
Okay, so
George's sister loves Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
Who's Shannon Tatum?
Who's Shannon
I
Tatum?
hope
Shannon
I hope
Sharp.
she's
Shannon
not watching
Let me
right now.
mind now, bro. So much that she gets me to watch. She got me to watch a movie of him last Sunday.
Oh yeah, what was it called? It was with Scarlett Johansson,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Fly Me to
Oh,
the
how
Moon.
was it?
That movie sucked.
Isn't that an Apple TV? Isn't that an Apple TV? You went to theaters to watch
We
that?
went to theaters.
That's great.
Wait, it's on Apple TV?
Yeah.
Or they release it for theaters first?
No,
and
I'm
then...
pretty sure like it's because it's an Apple TV movie.
No, I think it's like Killers of the Flower Moon where they release it in
I'm
theaters
not reliable,
first.
so you can fact
Yeah.
check me.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
his sister would know. She loves Channing Tatum.
She's Shanning.
Channing.
Shining.
She loves
I think seeing Gambit like live
That
action
was cool.
is so cool.
Yeah. I did not know that Channing Tatum had range and could do
Why
a
do you
French
keep
accent.
saying it like that?
I'm
He
Remy LeBeau.
can do a French accent.
Yeah. You know,
You think
Oh.
he can do a French accent?
I don't think that guy can act.
No.
But you still think he can do a French accent?
I didn't think he's all right.
One of the reasons that he wanted to do it is because he grew up around those people, and I think he can do a French accent and purposely did a bad one for this movie. That's
Makes
what I'm
sense.
hearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's always been pushing to make Gambit, because he can do it.
Who's your dialect coach?
The
Minions?
Minions?
That was also a good one.
I still need to watch
That was
Despicable Me
also-
4.
Yeah, and Ryan Reynolds is like a mile a minute, and I think that's one of the charm of Deadpool, kind of like Spider-Man, when you throw out so many jokes, they
Jokes,
don't
yeah,
all
they
have to be
hit,
good,
yeah.
but the ones that hit.
And then, when you rewatch them, they would hit.
They're just so like no. I mean, I don't know if there's a bad one. Maybe just like the modern speech.
What do you mean?
Where he talks about. He just says like modern slang, and I'm trying to think of the exact words he uses.
Oh, for cocaine.
Oh, where he says,
No.
I don't want that smoke.
The smoke.
I
and-
got no beef with you. Yeah.
That's
but-
a Gen
And he
Z
says no cap. I think.
That's
too.
not even
that-
Gen Z though. Yeah, I think he says no cap.
But
But
even that, like, if those are your worst jokes, then
no, but that's the other thing too. Since the character's so ridiculous, if he says a bad joke, you can just be like, "Oh, it's
Just
supposed to
chalk
be
it up
bad."
to
Yeah, it's
be,
supposed to be
Yeah,
bad, yeah.
like oh,
It's a win-win for him.
Yeah.
he's impervious.
Yeah,
like he is
pretty much.
indestructible. Like
and he'll say something like vaguely sexist, and then turn it on you and be like, "Bro, that you can't. Why?
Yeah, why are you
he
laughing?
he's the nemesis of cancel culture.
Yeah. The woke mob's not gonna like this."
Yeah.
What did we think about Gambit's headpiece?
It was kind of goofy.
I don't care. I dug all of it.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, it is kind of goofy, but this movie has its cake and it eats it too. Yes, Channing Tatum finally is Gambit. If you like that, awesome. If you don't like that, it's a joke. Yes, he has a comic accurate costume. If you like that, awesome.
Because it's great, but
Yeah,
it's still funny.
But if you don't like it, it's a joke, you know. And you're like you said, it's impervious. This guy is super cool. He has an awesome action sequence, but also is ridiculous because his accent and his dialect is way off.
their fight scene,
All the fight scenes are really good, man.
yeah, the choreography was great. But like their first fight in front of the 20th Century Fox, where they
was
first get to the void, that was awesome.
And that's like pretty soon into the film, right?
Yeah.
It's like what, 30, 45
30,
minutes?
yeah.
Yeah.
Into the movie. That's the thing. Again, it knows its audience. You came for this.
I mean, he specifically says,
Yeah, like this is
I
what
mean,
you
this
came
is what
for.
you came for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. There's a moment that really I connected with later when the movie was starting to drag a little bit, and he turns to us and he's like, "We're in the home stretch now." Like,
He's
and
letting everyone know, yeah.
yeah, and it was like, "Oh, okay." Like, you're holding my hand throughout this journey, and you know exactly the movie you made. You know where its strengths are. You know where its weaknesses are too, and you're just super transparent about it. And
And he's just talking about like when he's trying to get Wolverine to open up, and he's like, "Do you want to talk about it now or save it for a third act flashback?"
yeah,
And just little things like that I think make the movie unique and special. It's like it's not really like anything we've seen before, and it's like something only Deadpool can do, you know. And I mean, we should talk about like just the relationship between the two of them.
yeah.
Whoa,
Logan.
you missed one more cameo.
What is it?
X-23
Oh, of course. Okay, so I don't know why they spoiled this in the marketing.
yeah.
Yeah, the week
I
before.
didn't see that.
You really?
I didn't see that, but I had a feeling she was gonna be in it.
No. You fought me and you told me that she was not going to be in it. And I am on record. Go back, watch the episodes. I said she's going to be in here. And there's no way she's not. And you're like, she said she's not going to be in it. She said it.
Well, in my mind, I believe that she was gonna be in it.
You were trying to temper my expectations, but I refused. And I believe because if
In
you
my
make.
mind, she was gonna be in it, and then I had kind of heard something about it, and I'm like, nope, staying away from it. And then, because it was literally like the day before, or 2 days before,
Yeah, they show it. The trailer.
I
they dropped the
saw it.
trailer that had it, and I was just like, ooh.
I saw it and I tell my wife everything, and I had to hold it for like 48 hours, like, because we had just watched Logan, and when I saw her and it confirmed that she was going to be in it, I was like, oh, this is going to be so rewarding. I have to shut up. And then Link is in the chair. No, how's that possible? I didn't watch it with you.
No, we watched. It was during when we went to go watch A Quiet Place.
Oh, we went to go see A Quiet Place. and
Right
it-
before I fell asleep.
That's right. It was such a quiet place that it lost Link. But they gave the trailer, right? No, we were just talking about it for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. And Link was like, oh man, an X-23 is going to be there. I'm like, shh. she didn't hear, and I was like,
And I was like, should I ruin her day?
I'll
Should I-
never forget when you did that to me in
Should I
Avengers.
ruin my sister's
well,
day?
You remember he told me Coulson dies? Like he had seen it like you
But I
guys
was
had went to
wrong.
like an early premiere.
I
Yeah,
was
we did.
wrong.
Not at the time.
I was wrong. He's alive. Where is Colston nowadays?
he was playing the long con.
Where's Colston now?
He's dead.
He died again?
He's in Tahiti.
He
Yeah.
did.
He died again. He dies at the end of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and they replace him with a replica.
Spoilers.
Oh, you
I
spoiled.
haven't watched it.
This show is like 10 years old. Okay, so
Anyways.
now are we done with the cameos?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
by the way, X-23. That was the only person I recognized.
Oh, okay.
From that
'Cause
one
he
time
watched
you
that
saw
movie,
Logan.
Logan.
Did you know
I was
who
like,
she
oh,
was?
that's the girl. She's all grown up. Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, when she put on the kid glasses to fight, I was like,
That was
bro,
awesome.
it's so on. Let's go.
How was it both awesome and
cute
corny?
and adorable.
Yeah, I thought it was also like, okay, this is such a. Why would
Freaking
she have
loved
the
it.
glasses?
Freaking loved
But
it.
it's
I don't care.
awesome. Yeah.
It grew with her head.
She purchased another
the-
bigger pair of
Yeah.
glasses that look exactly the same.
He's like, I like these.
I want to know how she ended up in the void.
Yeah, you're right. How did she end up in the void? So let's go back before we
Oh,
move on.
yeah. Alex said Happy Hogan.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He's not
I
a cameo. He's a character.
I thought that was like a celebration. Like, hey, Happy Hogan.
Happy Hogan, Hogan.
Happy Hogan to you too, Alec.
Happy Hogan to you and your family.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's not a cameo, but yeah, he goes into 616 and oh, what about that? Like
All right,
this
there,
this movie establishes that this is definitely the 616 universe. I know that's controversial. I really don't care, but it starts with Earth 616, and then there's another thing that it does. Oh, it calls it the sacred timeline because that's another controversial thing, whether there really is or isn't a sacred timeline. But I guess that's it. Deadpool and Wolverine for you canon heads out there, I guess establishes both
There you go.
the main timeline as
You're
Earth
welcome,
616.
cannon heads.
I also like that the movie had an actual message to it as well.
Yeah.
Throughout, like his journey and stuff like that. It's not all jokes, even though the majority of it is jokes.
Right.
both- for
A
both
very
of them.
thin plot, but one that is logical and makes sense for the character.
That's for both of them. They had a
Yeah.
Who's both of
like
them?
with Logan.
Logan and
Oh, I thought
and
Vanessa.
Logan and Deadpool.
Logan and Deadpool.
Yeah.
The real relationship in the movie.
That is actually kind of true.
Yeah.
I love that part where Logan and Deadpool are in the car. They're just arguing, and then like
Fighting.
Hugh Jackman just absolutely
Destroys
acts his butt off.
Oh yeah, that whole
Yeah.
like
Just
Yeah.
gets super serious.
That-
That time I'm just like, are we back in Logan? Like,
Bro.
Yeah, I noticed that whenever he gets a chance to act, right? He's like
Yeah.
the anchor.
that
the
whole
anchor
monologue.
is the anchor being.
Oh,
That
is
whole
true.
monologue of him in the car, like that was really cool.
Give the man an Oscar.
Yeah.
for this movie.
For the
yeah,
suit.
just do
For
it.
the suit. Let whoever.
Best suit
Bruh, 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 bruh.
in I think in comic book movies.
Ever? What about the Daredevil Ben Affleck? He has the mask comes out over the ear.
No, bro, I freaking hate that.
The internet's forever, George.
It has a zipper in the front. Okay, has a little Daredevil on the no. Okay,
Moderator. I mean, who mods this? You do this?
he's doing it right
Clip
now.
that.
Right. Or someone else can clip it. Whoever's on the stream.
Anyone would have another
Clip
suit
that.
that they would argue against Gabe. He says Wolverine.
Wolverine.
That's such a.
I just think it got even better because at the beginning of it, he has long sleeves.
I still think it looks
When
good
he
with
takes
that.
off,
I-
he takes off the long sleeves, that's when I like it even
Yeah.
more.
But that's Deadpool took off the long sleeves.
I like that one.
I like both of them.
I'll
I
give
like
it
how
to you.
Looks long sleeves.
Captain America Winter Soldier. That suit is clean.
Caps.
Cap's Winter Soldier suit, yeah. Or the Winter Soldier suit is good too. Yeah.
I like Cap's Infinity War suit.
I think when Thor gets
With his
fat,
long hair.
The Nomad one where like it's all torn up.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
when Thor,
I think because it's like black and dark. I don't know. It looks good.
I think when Thor gets fat, I like that suit.
The fat suit.
Yeah.
Isn't it just the same suit, but
I
he
think
has long
I
hair? and
think
he's fat?
Rocket's suit is good and Groot's as well.
Oh, the Guardian suit is good though. From Guardians 1 at the end when they all suit up.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's not the song that
Boom,
plays.
I want to see that new
Boom,
Spider-Man suit
boom.
because that suit is clean.
The one with the nanites.
Oh.
Mm,
No, the one, the
no.
poor,
The one
poor
that he makes.
Yeah, the poor one.
The one that Peter makes at the end of No Way Home.
Oh, okay. We see it for a brief
Yeah.
second. A list of group of cameos that go a little underappreciated is the Deadpool core at the end.
Yes, they had a little cameos there. Boy, Matthew McConaughey. All right.
All right.
But he still put a voice, right? He didn't use his own voice.
No,
He did a cowboy.
he's doing a
voice.
cowboy version of
Yeah,
him.
like an exaggerated
version.
He's
Yeah.
not talking like this.
Yeah.
He's not going.
He should have.
He's trying to motivate you to get better on that. Talk about finding the green line.
Man,
Cody Rhodes and Matthew McConaughey,
That guy
2028.
Like I should have been in Twisters.
Anything Glenn Powell's in, I think McConaughey
McConaughey
is
should
in.
be-
Like,
but Twisters would have been perfect for
spiritually
him as
in-
well.
He's spiritually in there.
Who else was in the Deadpool core?
His wife,
My wife.
Blake Lively.
Blake Lively, is Lady Pool.
Yeah, the star of The Shallows.
You love that
That's,
movie. You like
I
the
do
movie.
love that movie. That's why I brought it up.
Nathan
The,
Fillion.
the Age of Adeline. I also love that movie too.
I haven't. That movie's good. That movie looks good. I've just never watched it.
Yeah. What's the other movie?
I mean,
Oh.
Gossip Girl.
No, the one with the girl from.
Isn't there a Gossip Girl?
Oh,
reference?
they're like she's like. That's gonna ruin the movie.
Yeah.
Is it like she's there's some
Anna Kendrick, the one with Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, Strangers, Perfect Stranger. No,
That's not what it's called. No, I always forget the
The
name.
Gift?
I always think a simple proposal, but it's not what it is. No, it's not the proposal
Oh, yeah.
either.
Oh, I did like that proposal.
It's not The Gift. It's not.
I did like that
The
proposal.
Other Woman.
Reference.
Twin Sisters.
A modest proposal. No, that's not it either. Anyways, continue.
Mein Kampf.
That's definitely not it.
So Blake Lively, Nathan Fillion is Headpool.
A Simple Favor. That's the name of the movie. A Simple Favor.
It's a simple title.
Nathan Fillion was Headpool.
Yeah,
I watched it twice without knowing that.
it doesn't sound like him at all.
Yeah.
Where he talks about the puppy,
Their kid, Ines, I believe.
the girl, right?
Yeah,
That's the
she's-
one that starts cursing at.
Yeah, she's Kid Pool.
She's like, "We'll let you know when you." Was it? We'll get Wolverine's.
Oh.
I probably can't say that.
Yeah, yeah, I think you can say it. What else?
Oh, Welshpool. Welshpool is a player from his team Wrexham.
Oh, yeah?
In Wales.
I was
He's a player.
wondering why.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one, Welsh Pool.
Why is that your favorite one?
Because it's Wales, bro. Country of Wales, bro.
Do you love
Are
Wales?
you a big Welsh
Are you-
fan?
I love Wales.
Oh yeah.
There's a streamer I mod for. He's like, his name is Jay, and we call him Jay from Wales.
That's great.
And that's like
Shout
the
out-
only Welsh person we
Shout
know.
out Jay from Wales.
Shout out Jay from
Shout out
Wales.
Jay from Wales.
Follow
Wales.
us.
Question,
Jay Wales.
Follow
how many-
him.
How many accounts do you mod for?
I used to mod for a lot, but
You do that for free?
well, there was one.
No, he does it for
modded
fun.
Yeah,
There's
don't talk business.
There was
on
this
the
one
air.
big YouTuber.
It's not free. It's for fun.
No, there's this one big YouTuber who had like 1 million subscribers or something that I modded for when he did his first Twitch stream. I got paid like 90. I
Don't
think.
talk. Don't
As
talk,
much
don't talk
as I
numbers.
want to hear Nick
us more.
flex
Give us
about his
more
career.
yeah, tell me more.
What else we got? I think that's it for.
No, Tom Holland's brother.
Oh yeah, that was
He's one of them.
Yeah, he's one of them, and Ryan Reynolds didn't know. He just found out about it like yesterday. I
That's
think.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I did see a post. I didn't read it though.
Yeah. It was like, oh, Tom Holland's brother was, and then he responded like, what? Why am I finding out about this now?
Right now.
Anything else?
That could have been bad, by the way, the Deadpool core, but it gave one of the best action scenes.
That
Yeah.
was
They handled
so.
it.
It
Oh.
felt like a side scroller.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it.
We got the mask.
We got the mask.
We got the mask.
Link
yes.
didn't like it at first.
I had to get used to it.
I agree.
It's corny. Like it's a little
it's
it's
a-
a little jarring to
it's
see it.
weird.
The white eyes,
Right,
right?
yeah.
That's the one thing that's like, oh, this is
How does
weird.
he see?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. The
It's
CG.
weird.
It's CG.
I don't think it's CG. Is it CG?
He looks weird at certain parts, like when he's just talking.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
just
the
think the
eyes-
mask is weird.
It's
But
weird.
when he's talking to Deadpool, the juxtaposition that they both have the white eyes is like, oh, this makes sense in this movie.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it works. And then like I went like it goes closer to him. I mentioned it to him. I was like, it does feel like Batman.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. Have we gotten with the white eyes in Batman? I think Zack Snyder,
No.
Right?
right?
Like Zack Snyder, no?
What? Oh, in the mech suit,
In the suit.
Yeah.
and then we get blue eyes.
White Dragon.
Yeah, we get blue eyes in Rises. No, Dark Knight.
Oh, that's
When he
right.
turns on the
Oh, that's
vision.
right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the humor.
Great.
hilarious.
Great. Ryan Reynolds
Throughout.
Ryan Reynolds knows what he's doing with his humor.
I mean, that's his thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's him being him.
Ryan Reynolds is just so charismatic and funny, and just he just keeps going. Like he's just quick.
Nice Pool was a nice performance.
Nice
from
Pool was funny.
Yeah.
Dog Pool.
You know, yeah, Dogpool is actually like a real dog.
His tongue actually sticks out like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was CGI.
It's the ugliest dog in Britain.
Pobrecita.
Yeah. But she's cute.
Yeah.
That's why Deadpool loved her.
Emma Corrin played
She was good.
Cassandra Nova, you know, she's not a super well-built villain, like, because she doesn't get a ton of time or a ton of background, but she did great with what she had. I thought,
I think she was solid.
Yeah. She plays Diana, right, in The Crown.
That's her.
Yeah.
That makes more sense now.
George is used to dying, eh?
Clip
McFadden.
that.
McFadden.
Who's McFadden?
Paradox.
I actually don't know who he is. I know him from, but
He's
what's
from
he been?
Pride and Prejudice.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Dorsey.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, okay.
And he's in one of the greatest HBO shows of all time, Succession.
I still haven't seen it.
I still haven't.
That's.
I gotta watch that.
You haven't seen it?
No, I did.
I've seen the first episode.
No, I super threw it up. I think it's good.
Oh.
Maybe not one of like HBO has some really good.
People
shows.
are obsessed with that show.
I think the show's great.
Yeah.
I don't think it's.
It isn't compared to House of the Dragons.
Sopranos, Veep,
I gotta finish Veep.
Curb.
I think it was funny.
Our flag means death.
I think he. I think he suited the role well. I think he did a good job. He was flamboyant when he needed to be.
Over the top.
When.
No.
Who else?
A good foil.
Nick, what was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part, honestly, I think it was when they were fighting the Deadpool core. That whole scene, so awesome.
I like seeing the others fight.
I downloaded that scene. Somebody put it up high quality on Reddit, and I downloaded it, and I rewatched it like 5 times before I saw the
It
movie
was great.
a second time. Yeah.
I think the way that Wolverine fights too with the crawling.
Oh yeah, I like
yeah,
that.
was
And
cool.
that's another thing that, man, it could be cheesy, but we know this character. You like, if you're here, you've got to. Wolverine is so popular. You've seen a cartoon.
We've got the other
Or-
iterations of him where he's like, you try to humanize it or make it serious or make it dramatic, but it's like this one's just like he's a comic book.
Yeah,
character.
he's a
We'll
comic
show
book
it.
character. He's a cartoon character. He's a video game character. You know, he crawls, he slashes, he dives in. It's beautiful, man. They went, I think I can say, balls to the wall with this depiction of
Raise your
Logan.
Raise your eyebrows. I love this movie, and I think it all wraps it, together. I think with the credits as well
Yeah, that tribute.
to Fox. I think it was beautiful.
Nick, how confused were you throughout this tribute? Who are these people? What
well,
are
I
they
mean,
doing?
I knew it was from like the older movies and like the behind the scenes.
No, you were like, who's this old man in a wheelchair?
I mean, I know that's.
Why does this guy have a helmet?
This is
Why
a
is he
long.
bald?
I know
this is
that's
a long
Magneto, I
post
know
Why
credit
that's
scene.
why they
Professor
two bald
X.
guys? Why they two guys with helmets?
What's the end credit scene again?
Dun, dun, dun,
The
dun,
post-
dun.
the
Time of your
post-credits?
life.
Wait, I can't sing that, can I?
Yeah, you can sing it.
We'll get
The
sued.
post credits with
you can't play it.
Human
They show all the
Torch.
Fox movies.
Time of your life.
No.
Oh.
We're not gonna get to the after credits, but the mid credit scene is the time of your life tribute.
No, I'm talking about the other.
Johnny.
Okay, yeah, but
Cursing.
we'll get to that in a second.
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
get to that in
yeah.
a second. Let's focus on this tribute because this is another thing that could have been cheesy because like using time of your life is a cliche.
Because it could be like it's the thing. It's a joke, but it's also like heartfelt.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing, bro.
Yeah, it's like, okay, another time of your life tribute, but also the first
But
couple
also,
times of your
there's a
life hit
reason
us.
it
Yeah.
hits. It hits every single time.
Yeah. So, like that one time we ended the episode with time of your life.
Was that with Matthew?
Yeah.
Matthew
Perry,
Perry died.
Fair, yeah.
R.I.P. Chandler Bang.
So yeah, so it got me in the feels, and I don't even like these movies. I for the most part did not respect most of them, but you know what? People gave their time and their lives. Like we saw these characters grow up.
Time of our life.
They gave the time of their lives, you know, and it's something to look back at. It hit me with nostalgia that I didn't know was there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said before, like they weren't great, but it's what we had.
Yeah,
Those are the movies that I mean I grew up on. Those are the superhero movies that I had
yeah.
growing up.
We
And
were lucky to get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always have like a certain point. Like I mean, I went back and watched the old X-Men movies, and I'm like watching the animated show and then watching the movies. I'm like, this is a missed opportunity. But when I was a kid, they were cool.
I mean, X2 was great. The toys.
The toys were awesome. Like, it was just
Even the Deadpool toy from Wolverine Origins.
with those shows with the song.
Oh, yeah, with the
yeah.
song.
And I think going back and because I mean everyone does crap on them. Everyone does. I feel like that's like the general consensus is like they're not great movies. People tend to trash on them, and I think they got the due respect for what they were at their time.
I think they're a mixed bag. I don't like X-Men 1. People seem to like X-Men 1. Everyone agrees X-Men 2 is good.
I do think.
I liked Last Stand back then, but it's not a good movie.
I watched the movie.
That's
back
a terrible
and I'm like, bro, this movie sucks.
Yeah. And what is it? First Class is great. Days of Future Past is cool. Apocalypse sucks. Phoenix is awful.
Never seen it.
Oh man, it's not even worth your time. So it's Wolverine Origins is awful. You know, the Wolverine is good. Logan is awesome. You know, so it's such a mixed bag.
What about Blade?
They're not Fox movies. We've gone over this. It's New Line Cinema.
What about Daredevil?
We talked about Daredevil.
He was in the
suck.
montage.
Daredevil was good.
That was in the montage with Happy as Foggy.
That's right. Happy is in the movie twice, technically, if you can count the
I
tribute.
forgot that he's Foggy.
I didn't notice it the second time. The second time I was like, oh yeah, that's right. There he is. There's Happy.
I didn't see him, but I assumed it's because they were out of respect to Jennifer Garner.
No, he what?
They're talking in the diner.
Yeah,
in
it's
the
a scene.
Deadpool.
I didn't see
Alligators in the sewers.
That. Yeah.
The famous scene.
Anyways, I thought the movie was fantastic.
Yeah.
I laughed my butt off. The action was amazing. Having Logan back.
You know, it's a good movie to turn off your brain, but you don't have to turn off that much because it's not like the movie doesn't make sense at all. It's not like the Fast and the Furious or something like that. Like, it's better than half the Marvel movies we've gotten since Endgame.
Yeah.
It's the most enjoyable experience since No Way Home.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And Shang-Chi's good.
Shang-Chi's good.
What about
Guardians
Guardians
3.
Guardians 3 is
3.
amazing.
And then this.
And that's it.
Yeah,
out
four.
of how many movies that came out since then?
Oh wait, I actually like the Eternals. Nah, I'm kidding.
But
You're
since
not
then-
kidding.
but
So
since
don't
then-
lie.
But since then, now that we're here, and I think that like I said before, the movie knows where it's at.
Yeah.
Marvel at this point.
If you're going to transition to Comic-Con, maybe really quick, Link wanted to talk about that post-credit scene.
I was trying to remember what it was. I was
Johnny
asking-
Storm.
Johnny.
What does he say?
He says everything that he says he didn't.
That
say
got him
to
killed.
Cassandra Nova.
Yeah.
He just turns into a Bostonian,
Oh,
he
yeah,
gives
yeah,
the
yeah,
big
yeah,
speech that
yeah,
gets him
yeah.
killed later. Okay.
which was great.
Which
Yeah,
was
I
great
was-
because I was okay during the credits. Someone that I was watching the film turned to me and they're like, "Do you think we're gonna see Logan again?" And I was like, "Let me answer that after the post credit." And the post credit had nothing to do.
Nothing
It
to do
didn't
with
set
it,
up
yeah.
for a new one. And I was,
Yeah.
and I was happy about that because it's sometimes we get teased with. In this generation of
I
films,
mean,
too,
it always says blank will return.
yeah, and we get
Yeah, it
teased.
said Star-Lord will return.
Yeah, we get teased with stuff that we don't get paid off. Like it's been like 5 years, you know. So I appreciate it that it just put a nice little, cap on, no pun intended, on this movie and didn't like tease anything else. But I do think we will see Logan again, even though he said no.
What were your thoughts?
He said no.
Well, yeah, because Wade asks him, "Will I see you around?" And he goes,
He said probably not.
"He probably not."
But then he brings him back.
But then he goes out,
And
yeah,
then he's
to
like,
the birthday
we're doing
party.
this till we're 90.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be.
he's part of the family now.
He's gonna be in Avengers, right?
I think he's going to be in Secret Wars for sure. I expect him and Tobey Maguire side by side with the Avengers.
Who else do we expect to see in any new Avengers?
And I guess it's time now
films
to discuss it. We're
Okay,
so
really quick,
Okay, go
This
ahead.
episode is so
Before we do-
long.
yeah.
What were your thoughts about Marvel after watching this movie?
We're so back, baby.
We're back.
We're
yeah.
back, baby.
We can make a good movie again.
But did you? Because I felt like that too after watching Guardians. We're back, and then they did the Marvels, and I'm like, oh.
But you didn't watch the Marvels.
I didn't
did you?
watch the Marvels.
yes, I did.
Oh, you did?
I was
yeah,
the
I
one that
watched it
didn't
with
watch
you,
Oh, okay.
and then I'm like, oh, we're not back. We suck again.
But also, here's the
But
thing.
is that how I'm gonna feel after Brave New World?
Probably.
Yeah, we're just,
Oh,
we're,
why we were
it's
back.
over. It's
I'll be
over.
honest. I'll be honest. I had not have high hopes for that
No,
movie.
No.
I don't.
Is it weird that I'm looking forward to Thunderbolts?
1000%.
Okay.
It doesn't look good, but I mean, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen anything.
what people say. It just looks lackluster.
I'm invested in
But
those
Florence
characters.
Pugh's in it, so
Yeah. I like her. I like the Ghost character from the comics. I think there's room for her to grow. I love Taskmaster. I know the Taskmaster we have is not
she in it.
the real. Is not the real
That's gonna be
Taskmaster.
awkward.
But
Who's
I
the
like
Taskmaster.
The girl.
from Black Widow.
She's the
Oh,
daughter.
She
of
was
the
the
Russian.
bomb?
She was a character.
She's the daughter of the Russian.
No, yeah,
Yeah, she was
the
a character.
He's not.
Yeah, boy, I
Russian.
don't
Is he
remember.
Russian?
Ole. Oh, what's the actor's name from?
Olga Kurilenko
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. That's all I had to say.
from
from
Quantum of Solace
and Oblivion.
and
Arrival.
Oblivion. Correct.
She's not in the Arrival.
She's not in Arrival.
Never mind.
Um.
Some other woman.
So we're like, they know what we want. Okay, and they know how to use this multiverse thing. Also, it kind of left open Blade and Elektra.
Yeah,
and
they went back
Gambit.
to universes. The Fox movies could get their reprisals.
Really quick, Gabriel insisted at the beginning of the movie. I'm like, well, how come only Laura got to live? Because I had to remember that Deadpool asked if the TVA can help them out. And he goes, no, they were all at the birthday party,
Bro,
at the end.
I have a vivid image in my head of Blade at that dinner table, bro. Like suited up with sunglasses and everything inside.
At the end of this movie?
Yes,
Yeah.
and we waited the whole movie
And I'm
because I was
like-
like, how could I have missed
And
that?
I'm like, yeah, like him and Laura and
Elektra?
and Elektra, they're just like passing mashed potatoes around the table.
Who's Laura?
X-23.
Oh. I only know her as X-23.
And I had, I was pretty convinced, but then I was just like,
You convinced me. I was like, was I taking
I was
crazy
like-
pills? I
I was-
wasn't texting. I promise I wasn't on my phone during
yeah,
this movie.
I was like, you know what, like. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. And then the scene came up, and I'm looking, and I'm like, and then it ends.
Only Wolverine's in it, right?
And Laura.
and Laura.
Oh, yeah, and Laura. Yeah.
And then it ends, and I'm like,
Is she going to be in any movies?
I'm wrong.
Well, I was back to my original question was, well, how come Laura? And then my wife pointed out, well, she's from this timeline. She's from Logan.
Yeah.
And Logan, apparently, even though, like Gabriel alluded to at the beginning, makes no sense that the Deadpool and Logan are in the same timeline. But Deadpool works outside of the continuity. And none of the Fox movies make any sense anyways.
Plus, she's young.
Right. So, and she's older, even though Deadpool should take place before Logan.
Okay.
Anyways, long story short, she belongs in that timeline. But it is implied that everyone else is
Because
returning.
he says friends,
Yeah.
and they get returned to their timeline.
Yeah, so they could still be in play.
So Wesley Snipes is coming back.
So
If-
then that means Daredevil was dead in his timeline.
Daredevil died.
Daredevil. yeah.
Ben Affleck died.
Yeah, Ben Affleck.
Suck it, Ben Affleck.
He became Batman.
It's okay. We'll get
then
Charlie
died.
Cox in Secret Wars.
Yes.
So then the news came in. That was Thursday, right?
We
we
were
watched it.
so back
We
on
were back.
Thursday.
And depending on the person, you might still be back.
Yeah. Some people liked it.
Yeah.
Saturday night?
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
And I couldn't believe it because I didn't have like the time. Like I was on vacation and it was like 10 o'clock at night, which meant it was 7, in San Diego. And I hadn't even realized that they were doing a panel. So when this leaked, I had to like triple fact check it because I couldn't believe
It's
it.
unbelievable.
No, like I'd read something on X, or formerly known as Twitter, and as soon as I read it, I'm like, what the heck? Like I looked at it, I'm like,
Joe Biden's dropping
I was
out of
like-
the election.
I was like, is this busing?
Yeah, I
film?
thought it was this busting.
And then I get a text from George, and then I get a text from everybody else, and they're all just like, "What?" And I finally finished reading the tweet to
Watch the
see
video.
that Robert Downey Jr. is returning,
As
not as Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the MCU
as
as Victor Von Doom. He's returning.
No, but that line that Blade says,
Oh.
you're
You're retired.
you're retired. You retired.
And we are canceled. It's over.
Deadpool said you're not allowed to say it.
Yeah.
You're canceled.
We have a Deadpool charm here. He protects us.
So yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is returning, not to the role of Iron Man.
I think that's insane. Like, I mean, first, like, gut reaction hearing that news. Why?
Yeah, that was
You could have gotten any other person, and I would have been like, fine. You could have gotten Josh Brolin.
I heard yeah.
I would have been like, okay.
Nah.
when they said I know someone that they had talked about and supposedly was on the short list was Jake Gyllenhaal, and I was like, he already has a character. That would be weird, but I guess
I still would have got, like, he looks good in purple and green.
yeah. And if you don't, but this is like casting Batman as Luthor in the same universe.
That's crazy. That's like Jesse Eisenberg as Bruce Wayne.
Well, that would be worse, much worse for many reasons, but I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. What was your initial reaction like?
It sucked.
What was the text that you put in the chat?
I think I said.
I'm going back to bed. I woke up for this.
Oh, that was the next day. That
day.
was the next day. Yeah. No, I said I KMS.
I guess that's a
You
clean
could-
one.
you could
Yeah.
fill that one in.
So and then he woke up the next day. It's like basically
Like, we
said the
woke
same
up
thing.
and we're like, we're still in the wrong timeline.
Oh my god, this is not the sacred timeline.
When I woke up the next day, I seriously doubted whether I had dreamt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I mean,
like,
with me, that thinking that Blade was at the dinner table when he really wasn't. I was like, man, is this real?
what have you heard from the? Well, Nick, what about you? What's your thought?
I thought it was awesome, honestly.
Okay, why?
Because you're filthy casual.
Yeah, and also I don't know. I think they can do like cool things with it.
Like what?
Like what?
I don't know. They can draw like cool parallels because you know how Iron Man's a hero, Doctor Doom's a villain.
Mhm.
I just want to see like where they go with that aspect. You know.
I mean, if this isn't a joke, which I don't think it is, based on the reports of like how much money they're paying this guy
Yeah.
and like all the things that they're giving him, because like in my head, I'm like, first reaction, I'm like, why? And then I started to rationalize. I was like, oh, they're gonna do like what they did with in Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin,
Yeah.
like.
Oh, really? Like a
The
fake out?
actor?
Yeah, like he's not gonna be.
He's a
gonna
dude
get
playing a
someone
dude
else.
disguised as
As a
another
dude.
dude.
Exactly. And did you see those memes about him playing Black Panther?
Yeah.
Replacing Black Panther.
That'd be a bold choice.
And then I thought that, okay, there's gonna be someone else, and then like they're just gonna use him like to.
Oh,
to
he's
garner
using Tony's
attention.
body, or he's not the real Doom. But
I mean, but they said he's Victor Von Doom. And
I don't
he's-
believe them,
He's
first of all.
returning, and
he's.
Robert Downey Jr. is returning.
I thought he was retired.
he's retired.
Retarded?
No, retired.
Retarded.
Double down. And so that was my initial reaction, and then I'm seeing like how much they're actually like committing to this, and I'm like, this.
Well, they're
this
committing to. I don't know if you guys heard how much they're paying.
They're paying the Russos like $80 million.
The Russos.
Each?
Nah, I think it's combined. The Russos are getting 80 million. Downey Jr. is getting significantly more. But then the last one was he's getting like a private jet charter,
He's getting like a trailer city.
a trailer city. Yeah, like
What do you mean a trailer city?
Like, you know how some like actors have their trailers, but he's getting like a park full for himself.
yeah. Basically, he gets to bring whoever he wants, and like
Like
they'll
his-
have all the services that he needs.
Which I
and
mean, like
everything.
I don't see Robert Downey Jr. as
because you know
needing
what
that.
you know what it sounds like to me. It sounds like
They're begging him to come back?
yes, when you don't want to do a job, right? And you're like, I'm gonna give him the
give me
impossible
this,
number.
Give me this.
Yeah.
Give me this.
And then they do it. Like, and I was reading like a bunch of consultants online that they're like, oh, when I don't want to do a home, I give them this ridiculous number, and you'll be surprised how many people pay it,
I'll say
and
yes.
then I'll do it. You know. So I feel like that's what it was. He was like, let me push as far as I can and see what they said yes, and it's
I mean, this is the thing. I don't think he'll be bad.
no, I think
I think he'll kill it, and that's part of the.
that might be the worst
that's
part.
Part of the problem.
Yeah, because it could have been somebody
Like,
else.
You really could have gotten anyone. You could have gotten somebody new, somebody. Listen, anybody else, but it's like you're turning the face of the franchise because I don't know, man.
Because your movies are doing bad.
The guy that carried this, the one that started it all, you're the guy that carried this franchise for years. The main guy.
When Tony dies in Endgame, and they say you can rest now, it's like also for Robert Downey Jr.
Exactly.
But now it's not.
And now it means nothing.
Well, I don't know about all that.
It means nothing. Endgame,
It
trash.
could. I mean,
The internet's forever. I should stop.
they do run the risk though of doing something that does invalidate Endgame. I think. Like if we feel like he's back and it was just an excuse. Listen, I've seen this mistake done before. And I brought this up to my wife and she's like, "Why are you talking about this old show?" But you remember NBC Heroes?
Yeah.
So season
Oh,
1
yeah.
was awesome. And the finale, like they killed Nathan. They kill Siler. They kill like Ollie Laurie's character, right? And then immediately they bring them all back the next season. And Ollie Lauder's character has like a twin and then a triplet. Like she keeps dying every season. CW's Flash did it. Where they got rid of Zoom and then but the real what's his name? Harold and then all the ones from the alternate timelines and CW Harrison Wells, there you go. And then they would just keep bringing the same actors back in different roles, and at some point you're just like, okay, nothing matters. Like Arrow did it, like they would kill her sister, then bring her back, and then kill her, and then bring her back.
Even like Pandora's box that was open with Multiverse of Madness, like with the variants and the multiverse, and it's just, and I said it from back then, like it's gonna get complicated, it's gonna get ugly, and that's where we're at.
I think that's one of the big problems with Multiverse of Madness, and then Quantum Mania, with all the Kangs, it gets
such a
ugly.
stupid choice, and like I saw some stuff that like Kang's story will end.
Yeah, it will
like
end in Doomsday.
Yeah.
Really?
Or the title of the film is going to be called.
So they are going to wrap that up? I don't
Yeah.
really see why. I feel like with Victor Timely on Loki and with Kang in Quantum Mania, I feel like they tied it up. They're dead.
They can't have two Victors being the villains.
That's fair.
I think that. I mean, if that's gonna happen, if they do show something, they're probably gonna have like Doom just eviscerate the Kangs
To make them look
Just,
strong.
Yeah.
Do what they did in Acolyte.
So I mean,
Feed. Feed them the.
we have an episode. Did we have
Give
an
us the
episode?
Jedi. We did. It's a Summer of Star Wars. It
Yeah.
was last week.
Did we trash that? Did I trash that?
I think you did.
I think I blocked that out of my memory.
Yeah.
Wasn't super ecstatic with the news, but it's Robert Downey Jr.
And Gen Z seems to be excited. So
At the end of the day, I mean,
and to be fair, some people are excited. I mean, a large contingency are
yeah,
excited.
it's like 50-50, I would say.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
Like, oh, we're so back. They were saying it on Saturday. I just don't feel that way.
I mean, we're literally back. Robert Downey Jr. and the Russos. Like, okay, we'll see where it goes.
yeah. I mean,
And I mean, the movies after Endgame, I'm like, are the Russos actually good?
That's what yeah.
well, we went through their credits, me and Link, and we realized
They-
they didn't really do much, actually.
Their writing credits suck,
Yeah.
and they've only directed one movie after.
The Brooklyn Bridge one?
Was
With-
Was it good?
they didn't direct The Gray Man, or which one was it?
They had parts in Extraction, I feel like, too.
One of them, Joe Russo wrote Extraction,
That movie sucked.
and he wrote The Gray
I
Man.
thought they helped produce or direct, or
Yeah, produced, but that just means you paid for it.
no direction?
They directed one of them. Which one was it? Oh no, it wasn't Extraction because there's an Extraction 2, and I know they didn't do that. So it
what?
was just The Gray Man. They
Oh.
directed The Gray Man.
Yeah.
And they produced that Apple TV series.
What about the one with Chadwick? They had a movie with him.
I think they wrote that one.
We went to the credits. I didn't see it there. Anyways,
Or maybe produced it. I think they produced it.
yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah, I don't count production credits because you never know if they actually had a hand in doing it or just paying
So
for
yeah.
it.
So the thing about the Russos is, are they good? Right? They're good directors. You get me?
Well, they're good at Avengers movies.
They're good at Avengers movies. Their
Maybe
their
stick to what you
credits
know.
before Avengers I thought were good. Arrested Development and Community.
Those are TV shows.
But those are TV shows, right? And I believe The Office as well. But what a while back when we talked about the state of Marvel, we talked about how the writers of that teamed up with the Russos to make these Marvel movies were really good.
Marcus and McFeely.
Yeah.
But they're on this. They're on the
No, one of them is.
McFeely.
Yeah, they could only afford. They can't afford them all. They can't afford the four of them.
They ran out
The
of
five
them.
of them, with Robert Downey Jr.
There's
So,
not going to be any CG in this movie.
Yeah.
I think they should. I think they should bring whoever you had on Endgame. Bring them all back.
They didn't bring back the one guy.
They should.
So now we're going to see.
So now we're gonna see. But yeah, so we're gonna see if who was who.
This is probably the last Avengers movie, huh?
Oh, they say it is the last Avengers movie. They say they're going to focus on other stuff after.
Thank God.
Young Avengers,
Which
Fantastic Four.
The other stuff that we saw was
X-Men.
Fantastic
X-Men.
Four. That's not hasn't started filming, but we saw a teaser.
Yeah, there was a teaser at Comic-Con. It looked real good, but apparently none of that is part of the movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's
I'm
okay. You
excited.
shouldn't.
Oh.
I don't think it was good.
Yeah, it was good. But the movie starts filming today when we're recording this live here on Twitch. So should have started recording.
So half the movie's probably over.
Right, yeah,
it's
if
probably
they,
filmed up. It's probably
Yeah.
wrapped up.
they're going to do it in about 12 days
Mm.
based on that teaser. So Fantastic Four looks good. We'll see if Robert Downey
Fantastic Four, X-Men.
Robert Downey Jr. will probably show up in that movie.
At the end, right?
Yeah. So it might be a year. Well, we'll see Robert Downey Jr. Is that next year?
Yeah.
Fantastic Four? Yeah.
July, August.
Hype. Oh yeah, Fantastic Four and
You got
Superman.
Brave New World next year,
It is a Brave New World next year.
and then we have Thunderbolts. And
Thunder. And the
Beat the
thunder.
thunder.
and then what? And then Fantastic Four.
I think. Sounds good. Solid.
So last time we weren't super positive on the state of Marvel.
And Blade.
That's not happening. There's only going to be one Blade. Now I don't know. The future's open.
We were so back.
But listen,
on Thursday.
we were in the depths. We were in the trenches. We were so far gone. Then we came back, and I think we're back to reality. I think we're grounded a bit more.
Until Brave New World.
But I mean, X-Men and Fantastic Four on the horizon.
Daredevil coming up.
The Eternals getting a sequel?
The Eternal. I just found out they're not following up on the Eternals.
No, they're not following.
So thank God that's a win.
No, that was
We're
my
so back.
favorite.
We're so back. We're so back.
We're so Barack.
All right.
I think that's it.
And on that note, any final thoughts?
So ends the longest episode we've had.
Yeah.
I need to go to bed.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
All right. Let's go watch Deadpool.
Honestly, yeah.
What I said
Okay,
to you
let's check
yesterday.
out. All right, let's.
All right.
Thank you for coming. If you haven't seen Deadpool, why are
it
you
out.
still here?
What are you doing with your life?
Yeah. Why'd you listen to
Why'd
this?
you listen to this? Yeah. You love us that much?
All right. Thanks for joining
Have a
us.
great week.
And we'll see you again next week on Searching for Mcguffin.
There is an awkward transition
Keep
now
on
because someone has to
searching.
go up over there.
should
If
be
you
Nick.
feel it, chase
yeah.
it. Oh yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
This is the bonus material.
Cut right here.
Yeah,
yeah.
Cut right here, Dan.
This is for Patreon.
I knocked
whoa,
off.
Twisters,
Earthquake! Oh! Disaster Studios.
Fireworks.
It's the great earthquake. It has begun.
Oh, they haven't heard the Twisters episode.
But they will.
They will next week.